Welcome Wizards and Warriors. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite cards in my card game, Nog. The card is Fast Forward, permanent lifespan spell, place on any card, cooldowns on that card, have -1 turn to it, debuffs on the card, last one less turn, spells with a greater than 1 lifespan, have -1 lifespan, and every third attack becomes every other attack. Basically speeding up cards and making effects end quicker. And today I'm going to run through most of the interactions and some of the really niche but cool interactions that make this card one of my favorites. So with this card, something like the island that heals every other go, I can make it heal every single go to my teammates, which is huge, on top of the fact that now my island has debuffs lasting less time, so poison and flame, which do waves of damage, the last wave won't affect. And what's really cool is possession and freezing, which will do that action, freezing you, and then they would unfreeze at the end of the next go. They would freeze at the end of the turn they got frozen, effectively unfreezing you immediately. Sadly, Fast Forward does not work on the Fountain of Youth. Fountain of Youth lets you undo damage a card took, however it says you must wait 1 turn, which the Fast Forward cannot fast forward. Otherwise, you would infinitely stay alive. Also, it cannot protect you from Santa's full frost freeze, because you only unfreeze when you next get hit. There is no duration. What's also really good is it decreasing spells' lifespans. So other cards that have, for instance, 3 lifespans or 2 lifespans will last 1 less lifespan. So they Puppet Master, controlling your card for 2 turns. Instead, you could fast forward your card, meaning you would get it back after 1 turn instead. Same with any of these effects. For instance, Thunderstorm, waves of damage, you would skip that last wave, which does the most damage, being very beneficial. It also goes for any cards that they've extended the lifespan of. Of course, it gets even more interesting with other spells. For instance, Blueprint. After adding an ability, you have to wait 2 turns. You can make that 1 turn, so every single turn you can add a new ability into your blueprint. But there are even more interesting ones. For instance, Ambush. You place it on a card, then at the end of your next go, all of your cards attack it at once. If you play Ambush and fast forward it, then it will immediately activate it, being a real ambush that your opponents cannot answer. Furthermore, Kill Pill. Place on any card, sets 1 HP, 20 damage. At the end of the next go, they will guarantee die. However, if you went Kill Pill and fast forward, it would guarantee die at the end of that go. Of course, you have 2 moves every go, so that would immediately finish the go, killing any card you want. Then we have a permanent spell like Bees, which starts at 0 damage and goes up by 2 every time that it hits. It's a poison, and fast forwarding it means it would go up by 4 damage every turn, because it would be like it's going up by 2 and then the 2 again, making it ramp up damage super quickly, which is epic. The spell also talks about every 3rd attack becomes every other attack, which is good for cards like this. Cuckoo Clock, every 3rd attack is triple damage, now it's every other. Every 3rd attack is a guaranteed kill, as long as you've hit them with an attack before. And then Goblin Queen, every 3rd attack sets somebody to 1 HP and 1 damage, which is now every other attack. And this becomes interesting with cards like Alibaba and the 40 Thieves and the 3 Piggies, where every attack is different. For instance, first attack is half damage, second attack is double damage, third attack is just normal. With Fast Forward, you can do one of these and then go to whichever one you want. So you can skip one. For instance, you can go double damage, normal damage, double damage, normal damage. And that is pretty wicked. But this is just scratching the surface. Like the Bees, the Drill also ramps up in damage by 1 every time. It attaches to somebody, drills them, going up, but of course if it's fast forward, it would go up by 2 every time, which is obviously double damage. Then we have Bakery Bot, which does the sequence of pie, which, if it's fast forward, would mean you get to skip 1 every time. So you can go 3, 4, 5, 2, 5, and so on, instead of doing 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, which makes her significantly better. And for a really interesting one, we have the Goblin Girl Scout being fast forwarded. Goblin Girl Scout gives a cookie to any card that she wants, and it won't deal damage yet, and every turn that she doesn't detonate the cookies, they will double damage. And fast forwarding this will mean they will double and double every time they don't. So you give somebody a cookie, and if it's fast forward, that cookie goes from 1 damage to 4 damage. And then if you don't detonate another time, it goes to 16 and then 64, which is quite a lot more damage than if it wasn't fast forward. Of course, we have our 2 explosive cards, where on the 3rd turn, they will both blow up. Swamp Sludge dealing his HP as his damage, and Remote Explosive just dealing 6 damage regardless of its HP. Of course, fast forwarding them means they'll blow up 1 turn sooner, which in a game you could play them and on its 2nd turn fast forward it to immediately blow it up unexpected. Your opponents can't do anything about that. Goblin Thief, at the end of its 2nd go, you steal any damage and HP from teammates. Of course, fast forward means the end of its 1st go, you can immediately do that. And on the topic of immediately doing stuff, the Chameleon, where at the start of its 2nd go, you copy the current HP, damage, and ability from any cards, which if you really wanted to, you could play and immediately fast forward to immediately copy anything you wanted. And there really is no way your opponents can stop you from doing this. On top of now it has fast forward, which comes with loads of benefits we just talked about. And that's not taking into account spell mutation, which just doubles the spell. So longer lifespans have -2, cooldowns have -2, and debuffs last -2 turns on top of all the benefits we just talked about. And that's what makes this card one of my favorites, because of all of the cool combinations. If there's something you think I missed that you can do with this card, leave it in the comments below. But that's all I have to say about fast forward. Thank you.